And we saw these powerful images in Fremont, Hayward, of I guess 1,000 men standing in line in the hot sun in the courtyard, and another 1,000 inside at Friday prayer, all together bowing. I mean, that symbol of unity and power. I wish Christians we could somehow do that, but albeit they were all men. And you were at this taping. Where were you, and where are the women?
Where was I? Well, there's a separate section for women, and I think you could see on the tape that, and also Brother Adul mentioned it, that they're in the construction process. So hopefully they'll create a large enough room so that the men could be praying in the front and the women in the back. That is a recommendation that's made out of respect for everyone's body and in a spirit of modesty. So the idea would be that the men would pray in front and the women would pray behind. And so that's hopefully in the works as they continue to work on their construction. So again, it isn't that the men are holier than the women, you know, because the Quran says holy men and women, good men and women, virtuous men and women, obedient men and women, responsible men and women. All of you are called to God. So and called to do God's work on earth. So it isn't a ranking. It's just out of a respect for modesty. Well, and as you saw the young women too, they had the headscarf on, or the hijab. And the hijab is also that out of respect and modesty, that you should appreciate the woman for who she is and not as a sexual object, or not just notice her femininity, notice her mind and her heart as well.
The hijab making a sort of a fashion cultural comeback in recent years, I understand.
Yes.
Why are you... you seem very sympathetic to Islam. Why? What do you see that where other people see hostility and would have some anger and fear? What are you seeing?
Well, from both my experience in Bangladesh and here in the United States, I have met Muslims in the community. You know, I didn't go out specifically to a mosque or to a masjid and said, knock on the door and say, hello, Muslim, I want to meet you. What happened was the experience of working with them, working in the society, working in schools. In Bangladesh, I worked in 35 village schools and 2 high schools. And my partners were especially the Muslim community. First of all, Bangladesh being over 80% Muslim, but also their concern for the community. They're concerned for how poor children would learn. They're concerned for how the handicapped were treated. They're concerned for the health needs of the community. I found partners who would help me in these projects. Back in the United States, similar proposals. Right now I'm at the Graduate Theological Union at the Dominican School, and there is a hunger. You saw those young women say that they also read the Quran. There is a hunger in the Muslim community for theological education as well, just the way it's in all religions. And so we share these common interests and these concerns to really grow in our understanding of theology, of God, and to also grow in our ethics and our social justice in the way that we really help to create a better society for everyone.
And the teacher in the mosque is it imam? Is that the correct term?
Yes.
And we have our host imam, and we have a little clip on that, and we want the viewers to see. You have to listen carefully. It's heavily accented, and he's going to talk about the diversity of the community. Also, the importance of the relationship with the Methodist Church, which is just across the way. Let's see the clip.
That's a good segue. I would like to introduce you to Imam Siraj, who is the spiritual leader of the Islamic Society of the East Bay, and Brother Rauf Aldul, who is the secretary and media consultant for the center. Thank you so much for allowing us to come to your masjid today.
Thank you, Roy.
Tell us something about your community.
Our community will be diverse community, and we all are living together. We are praying together, and a lot of people, they have a different country. They are here, and we are very nice, and we are a very good neighbor from the St. Paul Methodist Church, and we have a good relationship with them, and we respect them, and they respect us. We respect their religion, they respect our religion. And I've been here almost last 18 years, and I didn't see any difference between our neighborhood.
We want to thank you for allowing us to spend time here with you on this very busy day, a Friday, the most busiest day of the week, I think, for you.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure having you here, and I look forward to seeing you.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brother Ralph, we saw before explaining what was going on in the imam. So his job is to teach the Quran?
Brother, the imam?
The imams.
Yes, yes. He'll hold classes in helping students and young people also to learn Arabic and to be able to recite the Quran in Arabic. And he also will do marriage guidance and prepare for people who are going to be married.
He's a pastor.
Yes.
He's a pastor. The pastor's son, the imam's son, is on this little bit as we go out. So if the face looks familiar, it's just without a beard. We'll run that as we go to break. I hope you'll enjoy it.
In Islam, it says that the person that memorized the Holy Quran, it's 30 siparas, and the person that memorized the Holy Quran, so when we're gonna be in paradise, he gets to take 10% out of hell that are in his family, his friends, or his relatives or somebody. So that's one of the important things. And the second thing is that he's the leader to all of the prayers to them.
Well, the whole message to all the Muslims in the Quran is guidance of life, or living a better life, and it guides us to a correct life, and it teaches us how to be a good Muslim.